Uh, let's talk about how we can play with residuals to manipulate them. Here I have one chart, an example here already inputted from the book. So what we want to do is we want to go to Stat. We want to edit it. I already edited a chart with 9 functions. This is the planets example from our book. The first one is the position. The second one is the distance from the sun. And now we want to use the residuals graph. So we want to go to Stat, Calculate, and we want to see the residuals graph. So we want to see the regression. So here, if I look here, I notice that this graph looks curved, right? If I look at the actual dots, it looks curved. And the wonderful thing about this particular graphing calculator is that I can change my line to see what it is. So if I press in a power one, the power one is kind of like a quadratic, like an x squared. It will try to fit the best power line there is. And it's close, right? It looks close, so maybe the next one, ln, is a natural log. No, not quite. The second, after that is exponents. Very close, right? Exponents is really close. What about logs, though? Logarithms, logistics. And notice that, wow, the numbers, the lines just almost match exactly. So this gives me a hint of what I need to use to do to match up my regression to become linear. So this tells me I need to take my y values and probably take them, the logarithms of them. So then I'm done with that. So I'm gonna go back to my numbers, and here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go back to Stat. I'm gonna edit, and instead of doing that to number 2, I'm gonna go over to number 3, L3. Click on top, and I want that to equal my log of list second list L2. I want that to equal the log of L2. So now I press that, and then if I just click anywhere on L3, boop, the numbers will pop up. And next, to show that new graph, I'm going to go back to Stat. I'm going to go back to my regression, and I am going to change my input. So if you notice in my box, it says X list L1, L2. Well, I don't want L2 anymore. I now want L3. So I'm going to roll this up to L3. I'm going to say done. And look at that. Now I have a linear graph. This looks really close to a linear model. So I know doing this, that if I took the logarithm, that is the best way to transform that regression into a linear